Hello everyone, Courtney here from How to Loom Your Dragon. Today we will be making the adult Changewing from How to Train Your Dragon. Thank you for waiting so patiently for this tutorial. You can check out the baby version on my channel. This tutorial is dedicated to Alyssa Munro, who was one of my longtime followers since pretty much the very beginning. When I started posting my videos. So yay, Alyssa, I hope that you enjoy this Changewing. Definitely show me pictures of him. Yay! And thanks for being such a great follower. And I love your baby Smog that you made. Very cute. Okay, so this is a 2-loom project. And before we begin, know that this should not be your first looming project. You need to know how to do symmetry, okay? So for example, I'm only going to be making one wing with you. I'm going to tell you to go back and repeat and make the second one symmetrical to the first. Alright, if you don't know how to do that, you can always grab a mirror and put it in front of your iPad or whatever you're using, and you'll see what I mean when I say to make something opposite or symmetrical. I will be doing that a lot in this video. Alright, this is an approximate band count. You need about 1,500 of the red bands, about 420 of the burgundy brown, about 200 clear. I'm only going to be doing clear around the Changewing's tail area. I'm not doing half of the body clear like I did with the baby, so the mama's going to be a little bit different. Alright, so about 200 clear bands, 500 of the white, that's for the stomach and the teeth, about 11 pink for the tongue, 6 black for the nostrils and pupils, and 4 yellow for the eyes. Alright, that is not an exact band count, that is an approximate band count. Alright, so I guess we should begin here. We are going to start with his head and get that over with. That way if I make an error, I don't have to re-record hours and hours of a tutorial. Okay, so we're going to start with the antenna. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the little leaf things that are popping out of the antennas. So you're going to grab your red and grab your hook. You're going to wrap the red band around your hook, creating 5 loops on your hook, like this. Okay, made my 5 loops. Now I'm going to take 2 red bands, okay, onto your hook. Pull the 5 loops onto those 2 red bands. Then reclaim the end of the red bands, okay? Then you are going to double loop a red band onto your hook and pull that through as well. So this is a leaf, okay, on the antenna. You are going to be needing to make, for each antenna you need to make 8. So you're going to make a total of 16. You can do that now, or you can do it as you go along. You'll just have to pause the video. Okay, I already have mine done. Okay. So once you've done that, we are going to double loop red bands, okay, all the way from the top to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my hook again. I'm going to take a red band onto my hook, wrap the band around, creating 5 loops, just like you've been doing with the other ones. Then we are going to take 2 red, pull that on. Same thing we've been doing. Reclaim the loops. We're going to take 2 more red, pull that, reclaim, and then we are going to double loop a single red band, pulling that onto there. Right, so once you've done that, we are going to wrap the loops of this around the end here. So wrap the loops around this peg. Alright, now you're going to take the 8, or let's see, we're going to take 4 of the leaves we made before. I'm going to put 1 around this peg here. Okay, turn it that way. Okay, see where I put that? I'm going to take another one and I'm going to put it on this one. But I'm going to face it the opposite direction. So that one's facing to the other side. I'm going to take another one. I'm going to go around this peg, flip it to this side. Okay, and one more around this peg, flip it to that side. Okay, see how I did that? Now I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to begin to loop the band. So I'm going to go underneath the leaf here at the end, grabbing the double looped band, looping it up. Alright, I'm just going to go all the way up. Don't catch the leaf as you loop up. You're digging under it to grab just the double looped band, both loops of the band each time. Oops. Okay, I'm going to actually leave that on for now. I'm going to take more double looped red bands. I'm going to go down the other side here with them. So double looped all the way to the bottom, just like we did with this side. We're doing with this side. Alright, so again I went all the way down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to lift up this one, pulling it off. And I'm going to replace it right onto this peg, okay? Make sure that this leaf, the top one, is facing the same way as mine, okay? We're going to take another leaf and we're going to put it onto this peg, facing it this way. Okay. Grab another one onto this peg, face it that way. Count up 4 sets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put the next one on this one, facing this way, and one more on this one. Alright. I'm going to loop up. Right? Pretty much we are extending the antenna here, making it longer. Okay, once I've reached the end, I'm going to take a band of any color, doesn't matter. I'm just going to use white, doesn't matter the color. You're going to just slip knot the end, tie off your end, just pull it off gently. Make sure you don't break any of those double looped bands. Okay, so this is one antenna. you're going to go back and you're going to make a second one. You can make it the same way. You don't have to make it symmetrical because you can just flip it over and it'll still look great. Okay, so that's totally up to you if you want to make it symmetrical or not. Just make sure you have two. Alright, so once you have the antenna done, we are going to do the spikes, or the spikes that jut out of the side of the face. Okay, so we're going to take 2 red at a time. Oops, I just flung my band across the room. Okay, like that. Now we're going to take 3 red, and again, and once more. Okay, now I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to take a red band onto my hook, looping it around, creating 5 loops. Double loop a red, pull that on, reclaim, grab another double looped red, put it on, pull, reclaim, wrap right around the end here. Okay, this is so that the capping band stays nice and tight. That's why I did it on the hook instead of on the loom. We are going to double loop red bands like this across these pegs. Okay. You're going to want to make 2 of these. You can use the extra space here to make your second one. And once you've done it, we're going to loop it up. Doesn't matter, they're exactly the same. You don't have to make that symmetrical. Alright, so once we've done that, again, I'm going to take 2 random bands and tie off the 2 ends here. Okay. You're going to make your second one, so you have 2 of these. Alright. Yay, you should have 2. Okay. It's going to be so cute. Okay, now we are going to make his bottom jaw as well as all his teeth. So you're going to take white. We're going to wrap it 5 times around our hook. Then you're going to double loop a white onto your hook. Pull the other end on, reclaim the end. Another double looped white onto your hook. Pull that over that. Okay, so this is going to be one tooth. You need to make 12 of these. You can store them on a holding hook. 12 of those, and then we're going to make 2 longer teeth. So grab another white band, wrapping it 5 times around your hook. Double loop a white once, pull it on. Double loop a white twice, pull it on, double loop third one, pull it on, double loop fourth, pull that on. Alrighty, so you want to make 2 of these. You can put them on your holding hook as well. hold on, I'm just grabbing my other one from off the other holding hook so I can put it on the other one. Alright, so you should have 12 of the smaller teeth and 2 of the longer teeth. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to make his little tongue. So grab your pink. Okay, we're going to take the first one and we're going to wrap it around our hook, creating 4 loops. Then we're going to take 2 bands onto our hook, pull those onto there, reclaim the ends, do 2 more bands, 2, grab 2 more bands, okay, and 2 more, and 2 more. Okay. You know, I'm going to take a set off. I think that's... No, I'm not. Just kidding. Alright, so put that on your holding hook with your teeth. And now we're going to make the lower jaw. Okay, so we're going to take a single loom. Actually, I'll just show you how to do it so you don't have to take the whole thing apart. Just take this middle row, or this second row here, and just move it up so it's offset. Alright, we're just going to be focusing on these first 3 columns here for this part. Alright, so I'm taking 2 reds at a time, 6, going down 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to double loop single red, just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to go down this side, 2 bands at a time. I'm going to double loop a single right here, double loop another right here. Same thing on the other side, so taking 2 at a time. Double loop, double loop again. Alright, we're going to take another red and we're going to cap off our end here by wrapping it around the peg, creating 4 loops. Okay? Now we're going to double loop a red, and we're going to make a triangle right here. And now we're going to just take 2 reds at a time for the rest. Alright, now we're going to begin to loop as we go. We're going to attach the teeth and the tongue. So we're going to go under the capping band, grabbing the top set of double looped bands, looping them over, going back down, grabbing the next set, looping them. Then I'm going to go down to the bottom set, looping that. Your bands shouldn't be tangled here. It should look like a nice neat circle here. You did that right. Alright, we are looping up the middle. And I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to take my tongue and I'm going to attach it right around that peg. Right. Attached my tongue, I'm going to loop up the final set. You can lift the tongue up if you want. Now, we're going to take one of our short teeth, okay, onto your hook. what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up the top two bands here, the ones I just looped over before. The top two, pull them off, and you're going to drag that tooth onto those bands and then replace the loops around the peg. Like that. Okay. We're going to do the same thing on the other side with another small tooth. Okay, I'm going to loop up once on each side. Right, and I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to grab another small tooth, lift up the top two bands, or the top two loops, pull the tooth on, replace, same thing on the other side, lift up, pull on, put back, okay, loop up the next set, grab another small tooth, pull on, the same thing on the other side, like that, okay. Loop up again. I'm going to take one of my long teeth. So one of your two long teeth you're going to put right here. And the other one is going to go on the other side. Okay, loop up the next set. Alright, so we're just continuing up to the top, doing the same, attaching the rest of the teeth. What the heck did I do to this tooth? Oh, that's what I did. Loop up. Sorry, my tooth came off the hook. I just have to reclaim my loops there. Okay. Okay, and put the final set on. 2, 3, yeah. Final set. Alright, I'm going to tie off my 3 ends here. And I can pull this off. Okay, so here is his lower jaw with the teeth on it. Okay, and the tongue. Cool, now we're going to work on the top of the head. So just put that by the other parts of the face. Alright, we're going to make a little nose spike first. So grab a red band, wrapping it, creating 5 loops around your hook, then double loop. Pull that on. Reclaim. Grab another one double looped onto your hook. Pull that on. Reclaim. Now grab 3 red bands. Pull that on. Reclaim. Grab 3 more. Reclaim those. Alright, I'm going to put that on my holding hook. This is nose spike. Okay, so this is where we're going to begin using our burgundy bands. So I'm going to take a red and a burgundy, and again over here, then 2 reds here, then red and burgundy here, red and burgundy here. I'm going to take 3 reds, put them here. Alright, so this is where we're going to be attaching our first spike. Not the nose spike that we made. We are making some back spikes for him. So we are, let's see, I'm going to be making 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. Alright, grab a brown band and wrap it, creating 5 loops on your hook. Then you are going to double loop a brown, pulling that onto there, reclaim the end. Now you're going to take 1 brown and 2 clear. 1 brown and 2 clear, pull that onto there, then just take a double looped clear and pull that on and reclaim. Now, you need to make 3 of these exactly as I just did. Then you're going to make 11 of them that are totally brown. So not brown and clear, just brown. And then you need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 that are completely clear. So 3 that look like this, 11 that are completely brown, and 10 that are completely clear. Okay? So do that right now. And once you've done that, you're going to put our first brown one right over this peg here. Okay? Brown spike goes right there. Now I'm going to take a double looped red right across here, and I'm going to take another double looped red onto my hook and pull a brown spike onto that double looped red. Wait, what? Right, yeah, 1, 2, here and here. Wait, just kidding. Take this one off. This one needs to go here. This one goes here. Okay, so I put the 2 ends of the double looped red around there. I'm going to push the brown spike downward. Then we're going to put the double looped red here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Alright, so continuing now, we are taking 1 brown and 3 red. Right here. And I'm going to take one of my antenna, and I'm going to stick my hook through the 4 loops at the end and pull off the tying band. Alright, so the 4 loose loops are around my hook. Now I'm going to take a brown band and a red band onto my hook and pull the antenna onto those two bands. Okay, and I'm going to put the loops of the two bands around this peg and around this peg here. Right, just like that. You're going to do the same thing with the other antenna. So stick your hook through 4 loops in the other one and pull off the tying band. Grab a burgundy and a red onto your hook, pulling that on, and you want to try to make it opposite of the other one. So let's see if I put it like this. This, how will that be? No, sorry, I put it on backwards because I want the leaves to be facing opposite directions. Okay, I believe that is what I want. Whatever, it doesn't really matter if they're facing opposite directions or not. But I'm like a perfectionist, so I might have to flip them. There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Okay, so the leaves are opposite directions. See that? Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to take a burgundy and a red here, and I'm going to do that again 2 more times. So here and here. Now I'm going to take 2 reds here and 2 more times here and here. You want to grab your nose spike and you're going to attach it around this peg so that if it's curved, it should be curving downward. Okay, so attach all 6 loops around this peg like that. Now you're going to double loop a red like this. Okie dokie. Alright, so now I'm going to take brown and red here and on the other side. Okay. And once more on each side. So brown and red here and brown and red here. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm going to take 2 reds at a time. So 2 reds here, 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 double loop a red here, and to the middle. Same thing here, double loop a red here, and to the middle. Grab a red and we are going to wrap it, creating 4 loops around this peg. Okay, capping that off. Now we're going to make our nostrils. So you're going to grab your black. We're going to wrap the black around our hook, making 4 loops. And we're going to do that again with another black. 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do that with 2 more blacks. So you should have 4 black bands, each wrapped around your hook, making 4 loops. Okay. Once I've done that, I'm going to take a double looped red onto my hook and I'm going to pull them all onto that double looped red. 2, 3, 4. Okay? I'm going to place the ends of the double looped band. One goes here and one goes here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to split the nostrils, so 2 are going to go on one side, 2 are going to go on the other side. Okay, you're going to take your hook and you're going to grab 2 of the 4 bands between the nostrils. Doesn't matter which ones. You're just going to bring it over that peg there, like that. Okay. I'm going to double loop a red band here. Then I'm going to take Another double looped. Actually, I'm going to take a double looped one right here. Okay, then you're going to take 2 here and here. Then I'm going to double loop 1 here. Okay, now we're going to make 2. Okay, now we're going to make our eyes. So, grab your eye color. For me, that is yellow. I'm going to wrap the yellow band around your hook, creating 4 loops, like that. Now grab a black. Same thing. Wrapped around, making 4 loops. Then grab a yellow. It's too loose. Now I'm going to double loop a burgundy brown. I'm going to pull the eye onto the double looped burgundy brown. Okay, I'm going to reclaim the other end of the brown so it looks like this. We're going to make another eye, so push that down or put it on a holding hook. So wrapping another yellow, creating 4 loops. Then a black, creating 4 loops. Then a yellow, 3, 4. Then a double looped burgundy. Pull that on, reclaim the end, just like this. Yay. Now I'm going to take, let's see, what do I want to do? 2 red bands onto my hook and pull the eyes onto the 2 red bands, like that. And place the ends of the red bands here and here. Then you're just going to spread the eyes apart and push them so they're facing down, one on each side. So one in between these 2 and one in between those 2. Alright, and then I'm just going to take 2 more red bands, making a triangle right here. Alright, now we're going to attach the spikes for the side of the head. So you want them to be pointing backwards, if possible, and pointing upward. So I'm going to grab one, I'm going to hold it so it's curving downward, and I want it to point backward on the head. So I'm going to grab this one, sticking my hook through these loops here, wrapping them around this peg. Don't worry about the loose band there, we can pull them off after. Go through the other set of loops, wrap them around the same peg we wrapped the eye around. Okay, just like that. We're going to do the same thing with the other one. Wrap, make sure you're going through the loops and not between the loops. Follow the tying band through the loops, like that. Okay, so that is now attached. Alright, let me just make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I don't think I am. Oh wait, I'm forgetting one spike. Okay, just lift up these 2 red bands here, and then these 2 here, because I forgot to attach a spike here. So we are going to attach one more brown spike right around this peg. Cool. Now replace the red and the brown band over that, and then the 2 horizontal bands over that, just like that. Okay, now I believe I have attached everything. I'm just checking my diagram, and now we pray that he'll turn out okay. Grab your jaw because we're going to be attaching that pretty soon. Okay, so we're going to go under the capping band, grabbing the top set of double looped bands, loop over, grab next set, loop that over, and the center. I'm going to loop up the majority of the center here. Remember, we're only grabbing the vertical bands, do not grab the horizontals or you will mess it up. Here, don't grab the spike. Yeah, okay. Loop up to here. Okay, that's right. Sorry, just making sure I looped the right set there. Alright, now I'm gonna loop up this side. Oops. Sometimes you might lose your bands. Alright, so if that happens, we just have to go back. Alright, so I just have to fix that. Hold on. Hold on. Alright. Loop. So I just looped that set. That's all I did, okay? I just fixed it because it came out. Alright, now I'm looping up to one more set. Here. Okay, looped up to here, which is the corner. Let's loop up this one. Okay, up to here. So I looped up to here, here, and here. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my lower jaw. I'm gonna turn it upside down so the teeth are facing down. I'm gonna go through this set of red loops here that's being tied off here at the end. So I'm going through the loops, wrapping them around this peg here. Once I've done that, I'm going to loop up these two over here. Okay, now I'm going to go through the opposite side, not the middle, the set on the other end. Loop around here. Loop up that set, so I attached here and here and looped up the diagonals. Now I'm going to attach here. So now we're going to go through the middle. Go through the middle, wrap that around final set here, and we're going to dig all the way down to grab these 3 neck bands from in here. So this is tricky. You may have to turn your loom to the side to find it, which I am probably going to do. So just excuse me for a minute or two while I find those bands. Alright, looped up, dig down past the spike, grab these two, loop them up, loop up the diagonals, and here, and here, and here. Whoops. Here and here, okay? Tie off your ends. And pray that you did this right. Okay, I hope I did it right. Here. I'm going to lift up from the bottom with my hook so I don't stretch out the bands. Awesome. His head looks really, really cool. Ha ha. Roar. Alright, so. Hee I love him. So, once we've done that, what we can do is take off the white tying bands, all the tying bands except the 2 at the bottom of the neck here. Alright, so we can take off the tying bands that are around the bottom jaw. You can break them off if you want to, like so. And the bands around the spikes on the side of the head. Oops, got too The bottom jaw looks a lot longer than the top. It is supposed to be slightly longer. What we can do later is just wire it up, and then it'll be better proportionate to the top. Or you can take some of the teeth off if you want to. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, so... Oh, he's so cute. Rawr. So once that's done, you can kind of tug on the top of the head a little bit to lengthen his snout if you want to lengthen the snout. I'm gonna take off the back teeth, just one on each side, because I don't like the way that looks. Okay, so there we go. There's his head. Yay, very cute. We're gonna continue making a little more of the neck area, okay? So put that aside. Alright, so I'm gonna take burgundy and red, 2 red, and burgundy and red here, okay? Alright, I'm going to take 2 red here, and on the opposite side here, burgundy and red here, 2 red here, burgundy and red here, and burgundy and red here. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and now 2 reds here, 2 reds here, burgundy and red going this way, burgundy and red going this way. Now I'm just going to take 2 reds at a time and put them across like this. Okay, grab your neck, or your guy's head. We are going to go through the 2 loose bands at the neck here, or the 2 loose ends. Go through the first set, undo the tying band, wrap it around this peg, and push it down because you don't want it to come up. And very carefully you're going to go through the other set, same thing, pulling off the tying band. Wrapping those around this peg here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the top 2 bands here and the top 2 bands here, pull them off, double loop a red, put it right across these those 2 pegs, and replace your loops. If you don't put this band here, you'll have a hole in the neck, so that's why I did that. Okay. I'm going to go down here and loop up the 2 diagonal bands. So these 2 and these 2. Grab one of your brown spikes and put it right onto here and loop up twice. So once, twice. Grab another brown spike, wrap the loops around this peg, and loop up. Okay, loop up. Okay, tie off your ends. And lift up. So yay, we finished the neck and the head. Arr, so cute. Haha, I love it. Don't you? Alright, I love them. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make his legs. So, I'm going to take 2 red bands. Oops. You know what? I'm going to move this back to the triangle first. Okay, now I'm going to take 2 red bands. Then burgundy and red. 2 red. Burgundy and red, and I'm going to put the burgundy and red up there. 2 red here. Burgundy and red here. 2 red here. Burgundy and red here. Take a red band and you're going to cap off here, wrapping around, creating 4 loops. Then we're going to double loop red bands like this. 1, 2, 3. Alright, dig down, grab the burgundy and red here, loop up all the way up this, and then dig down here, loop all the way up this. Okay, tie off your 2 ends here. This is going to be a muscle on the bottom of the forearm. Okay, so just pull that off. You want to make 4 of these total. You can make them all the same, okay? Because we can always flip them. So make 4 of those total. Okay, and once you've done that, we're going to work on the leg itself. So take 3 red bands here. Now 2 red and a burgundy. Now 3 red. Now 2 red and a burgundy. Same thing again, 2 red and burgundy here. Then 3 red here. 2 red and burgundy here. And 3 red here. Alright, I'm going to take red, I'm going to double loop across like this. Okay, now we're going to make a little elbow. So all we're going to do is we're going to take a red onto our hook, wrap around, creating 5 loops. Double loop a red. Get your hook, pull those on. Reclaim your end, and I'm just going to put that right around this peg here. Okay, just like that. Push down. Alright, so once we've done that, we are going to take a burgundy and a red here, then 2 red, then burgundy and red, then 2 red, and then burgundy and red, and you're going to go diagonal like this. Alright, now take 2 red, like this, burgundy and red here, 2 red, burgundy and red here, and 2 red here. Alright, so I'm going to double loop a red band just like that. Okay, I'm going to double loop another one here, another one here, and another one here. Alright, I'm going to double loop one here, and one here, and one here, and one here. Alright, grab your burgundy, we're going to make some claws. So I'm going to wrap it around my hook, creating 5 loops. Double loop a burgundy, pull that onto your hook, reclaim the end, and then do that with one more burgundy band. Reclaim and wrap that. If it's curved, attach it so it's curving downward, right around this peg. You've got to make a total of 4 for this leg. This one here. Ah. Just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to begin to loom. Grab one of your little muscle pieces because we will be needing that pretty soon. Dig under this claw, loop up this one first, then under this one, then this one, then this one. This one you kind of loop the other direction. Alright, grab your muscle and you are going to hold it like this so it's the capping band is like facing up, and see how you have a set of only red here and a set of red and brown here. I matched it up with this, so this has the red and brown on this side, this has the red on this side, so red, red, red and brown, red and brown. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the capping band, so go through all 4 loops, wrap the capping band around this peg here that we looped all the toes around. Then we have to dig down and loop up these 2 red bands. So this is a little tricky, so take your time with this and dig down, find 2 red. Carefully loop them up, try not to break the bands. Grab the red and the brown. If we want to pull this so it's not as tight, we can lift up these toes to keep it from getting too tight there if we want to. Up to you. Okay, now I'm going to lift up the muscle, and I'm also going to pull up the foot because it's so stretched out and I'm afraid it's going to break, so I'm going to lift it off carefully so my bands don't break. Okay. So, very carefully. We're going to go through, we have the capping band going around all the toes, we're going to go through the set of loops, see the set of loops, the red and the brown, we're going to go through that set of loops. Open it up and wrap it around this peg. Then you're going to dig down and loop up the 2 red bands here. Same thing on the other side, so go through the red loops on the other side, wrapping them around this peg. Dig down and loop up. Okay, go through the next set. Red loops here, wrap around here, dig down, loop up. Other side, we've got a red and brown set. Wrap around this peg, loop up. So we're just wrapping them around each time till we reach the end. So now I'm going through the next set, Wrap that around here. Loop up. Other side. Loop up. And what we can do if it gets confusing is you can start to lift up the leg. Just make sure you don't lift up too much or you'll be really sad. Okay, now go through this final set of loops that are being tied off on each side. Alright, so I wrapped the final set of loops around. Now I'm going to loop up these 2 bands and these 2 bands. Now we have to dig underneath that little elbow thing and grab the top 3 of the red. Okay, and now we're just going to loop all the way up this column. And all the way up this one. Okay, and then just tie off your 2 ends. So this was one leg. Haha. I know I like to make things complicated, but it looks more like the character when we take our time and do long, complicated projects. So this is one leg. You're going to make another one exactly like it and make the other 2 facing opposite. Okay? It's not a big deal, it's just the toes will end up being opposite, that's all. Okay, so if you make them all the exact same, it's not a huge deal. Okay, you can do it that way. I like to make mine opposite. Alright, so 2 for the front and 2 for the back. Yay! Alrighty, I have my 4 legs and my head done. Head and neck. So, now we're gonna do the wings. Yay! Okay. So, I'm gonna take 2 red. We're gonna alternate. We're gonna do 2 red and then red and a brown. So 2 red, red and a brown. Okay. 2 red, red and a brown. 2 red, brown and red. 2 red, brown and red. 2, break your bands. 2 red, brown and red. 2 red, brown and red. Okay, now we're going to take a brown and a red. Here. 2 red, brown and red. 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 2 red, and then I'm going to take 2 red and I'm going to go this way. Okay? Alright, now we're going to start with the 2 red. So 2 red, brown and red. 2 red, brown and red. 2 red, brown and red. 2 red, brown and red, and then 2 red across again. Alright, now we're starting with the brown and red. 2 red, brown and red. 2 red, brown and red, 2 red, and 2 red here. Alright, so 2 red, brown and red, 2 red, brown and red, yeah, okay, sorry, then 2 red here. I was confused for a second. Okay. Brown and red, 2 red, 2 red here. Okay, now we're going to put on our horizontal bands. Okay, so we're going to take 2 at a time. Stretch across these 3, then these 3. Then I'm going to double loop 1 like that. Okay, stretch across these 3 and these 3. And across these 3 and these 3 and these 3. Then we're going to double loop 1 here and stretch across these 3. Double loop 1 here, stretch across these 3, these 3, double loop here, double loop here. Okay, now we're going to put some, let's do the spike first on the wing. So, take your brown, take a brown, we are going to wrap it, creating 5 loops around the hook. Then we're going to take a double looped onto your hook, pull that on, reclaim the ends. Then you're going to take 3 brown, reclaim the ends, 3 brown again, reclaim the end, and then double loop brown onto here. And then we are going to wrap those loops right around this peg here. Okie doke. Now I'm going to take a red band, wrapping it around my hook, creating 5 loops. Double loop a red. Pull that on, reclaim. Double loop another one. And 1 more. Okay, this we are going to wrap around this peg. Okay. Now you're going to take a red band, wrap it around your hook, creating 5 loops, and then we're going to do 2 double looped bands. So here's the first one. Once, twice. We're going to put that right on here. You want to make a total of 20 of these. Okay? So do that now. And once you've done that, we're going to attach another one here. And another one here. And another one here. And another one here. Okay? And now we are going to dig down and loop up. Alright, so once I've reached here, I'm going to grab the 2 horizontals and loop them over. Okay, then I'm going to just finish going up this first column here. Alright, dig down, loop up twice here, then again underneath the double looped bands, then loop over the horizontal, loop up, dig down here, loop up twice, grab the horizontal bands, loop over, loop up. Okay, dig down here, loop up twice here, and then grab this horizontal. Alright, and we're going to loop up this column, and loop up twice here, loop across these, and loop up these. Alright, grabbing random bands to tie off the 6 ends. Alrighty, I'm going to carefully pull this off. Okay, so here is the tip of the wing. Alrighty. Very, very cool. Okay, we're going to work on the rest of it. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I'm going to take 2 red. I'm going to start here. Then brown and red. Here. 2 red. Brown and red. 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 So again, it's just making that pattern. Big shocker, right? So we're just continuing this pattern all the way across. Oh, what am I doing? This is a brown and a red. Okay, so now I'm going to take 2 reds at a time, here and here. Then I'm going to double loop right here. I'm going to go the opposite way, so 2 reds here and 2 here, double looped here, and 2 reds here and here, double loop here, and 2 reds here and here, double loop here, 2 reds here and here, double loop here, 2 here, 2 here, double loop here, 2 here, 2 here, double looped here, 2 here, 2 here, double looped here, 2 here, 2 here, and double looped here. Alright, now I'm going to take the top portion of my wing and I'm going to attach these 6 loops, the 6 loose ends to these 6 pegs. So through the red loops here, wrapped around. Once I've attached each one, I can just loop up once. Okay, let's go through the next set. Okay, so go through the loops, wrap around the peg, loop up once, once we reach the 6th one, alright, so wait, loop up the 5th one. Then 6th one, when we go through the loops, we're going to take the tying band off. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the other little wing ridge pieces. I'm going to put one onto this peg here. So I'm going to wrap it right around here, turning it facing that way. Grab another one, wrap that around this one, turn it, face that way. Grab third one, wrap around here. And another one, whoops, wrapped around here. Alright, now what we gotta do is we're gonna lift up, you're gonna take like a pencil or something. Oops. We're just gonna lift up the top 2 bands here. Okay, and then just attach, this is only if you only have one hook. You can use your hook to do that too. Attach the final one here. Okay, turn it, and then you can replace those loops back around. Then loop up. Okay, now we just have to loop up each column. Okay, that's all. Tie off your ends. Okay, and then we can gently lift this off. Alright, so once you've lifted it off, you can take off these tying bands. Alright, so there you have one wing. You're going to go back and make a second one. I recommend making it symmetrical so that they bend opposite directions, like this. See how they're both curving downward? If you don't, then you're going to have one that's curving upward and one that's curving down. Alright? So I recommend making them symmetrical. Alright? So go ahead and make your other wing. And I'm going to take a break. So go to part 2 and we will continue making his, we will be making his body. Alright? See you over there, everyone.